Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Samarco Lightborn, and thank you for tuning in to the Blaze 98.3 FM's local news broadcast. Today is Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Education recovery underway. 800 absentee students return to classrooms, another 4,500 to go. According to Ministry of Education statistics, more than 800 public school students who were missing from classes throughout the pandemic have been located as the Education Recovery Task Force continues its work to close the education gap caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Ministry of Education Research and Planning section initially identified 8,000 students who were inactive on the virtual learning platform. These included both high school and primary school students. There were concerns among educators and government officials that those students would fall through the cracks and it would remain challenging to get them back on course. The list of names were sent to schools, which then cross-referenced whether those students had been active on other platforms used by their teachers. Additionally, some students did not have access to electricity, the internet, or devices, but who were picking up physical materials directly from the school, which was also cross-referenced. Once those students were identified, the number of students accounted for was cut down by half. As of the week of January 17th, the Ministry of Education could not account for some 4,513 students, which represents 11% of public school enrollment. The Ministry of Education Research and Planning Task Force identified and located 843 of those 4,000 students, went to their homes, and spoke to their parents to find out the issues. The group then provided recommendations, follow-up actions, and additional support through agencies such as the Department of Social Services. Some students also returned to school when face-to-face learning was restarted this year. The number of such students is still being compiled by the Ministry of Education's Research and Planning section. With schools continually updating their data with the ministry, the expectation is for those numbers to continue to dwindle. Once students are identified and returned to the classroom, they will be given a diagnostic review for education officials and teachers to understand the extent of learning loss from being out of school. The ministry is also compiling data on students who were scheduled to graduate during the time period to provide assistance on additional options at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute and the National Training Agency. While the task force's work continues, the Ministry of Education is urging parents who may have students who have not attended virtual classes or have not been registered to bring them in no matter the problems they may be having. In other news, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Michael Darville addressed questions on abortion this week after the country's Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women representative said the establishment of a gender-based violence authority, the criminalization of marital rape, and decriminalization of abortion need to be prioritized. These issues have long been discussed in the public domain, with many reacting with disgust at the high level of violence against women in particularly. Darville indicated that it is the Cabinet's intention to table the matter of rape in the country, but he made it clear that it's still a way to go.
We are aware of the challenges as a result of violence against women. We are aware of the challenges of abortions. All of these things are issues that affect our society, and the Davis administration intend to confront these issues. But at this particular time, I cannot indicate what the Cabinet's position is on it, but there has been some discussion.
The United Nations Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women has recommended the decriminalization of abortion in all cases and the legalization of abortion for cases of rape, severe infant impairment, and incest. For the moment, Dr. Darville is reserving comments on his views, describing it as nuanced and guided by personal choice.
There's many different areas where tough decisions need to be made, but me personally, I withhold my position at this particular time because I do have strong positions, and when we come together as a cabinet and finalize the positions, everyone will have to do it based on their own conscience.
And an important development for builders and potential homeowners. Works and Utilities Minister Alfred Sayers said the government will this year bring a revised building code to Parliament and will undertake consultation with all of the relevant stakeholders shortly. Mr. Sayers made the remarks at a signing ceremony for the United Nations Multi-Country Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework. He said, in the Ministry of Works and Utilities, we're currently reviewing the building code of the Bahamas because in the assessment reports which were done of the damage of Hurricane Dorian in Abaco and in Grand Bahama, we appreciated that we need to enhance and better support build up the capacity of the inspectorate component of the ministry. In addition, we need to make the building code more robust because the 180 miles an hour wind tidal wave over the land of 20 feet high, we have to reconceive how we put resilience in the built environment. So within this year, the ministry, the government, will be presenting to Parliament a revised building code, and consultation with all of the stakeholders will be underway shortly with respect to that. That is one way in which we will be building resilience so that in future we would have better preparedness in the built environment. In the speech from the throne read during the opening of Parliament in October 2021, the Davis administration referred to plans to enhance the country's building code. Read at the time by Governor General Sir Cornelius A. Smith, he said the government will introduce a new and progressive building code to increase resilience in the face of climate change. A special announcement for the residents of Exuma. On Thursday, February 17th at 5:30 p.m. at the St. Andrews Community Center, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Tourism, Aviation and Investments, and MP of the Exumas and Ragged Island, I. Chester Cooper, will conduct a town hall meeting. Presenting during the event will also be Davinia Bain, the Executive Director of the SBDC. On the agenda will be upcoming investments projects, infrastructure project updates, a presentation by the Small Business Development Center, an update on the Restore Georgetown project, and the eVision plan. The event will be live streamed by the Blaze 98.3 FM. Residents may listen via the airwaves at 98.3 FM or by using the TuneIn Radio app. The live stream will also be accessible via our Facebook page by searching the Blaze 98.3 FM Exuma Bahamas or our YouTube page by searching the Blaze 98.3 FM. The virtual audience is recommended to submit their questions during the live stream or submit a voice note recording with relevant questions for the moderators at 825-0983. Just ahead in our newscast, we take a look at the official COVID-19 update and a look at the weather forecast. We'll return after the break. When your life is bumper to bumper and you're always on the go, you need someone working for you. From politics and social awareness to culture and the weather forecast, we give you the information to help shape your day. Be empowered and informed by turning your dials to the Blaze 98.3 FM, Mondays to Fridays at 7 p.m. We are proud to present you news from a local perspective. Curiosity, context, truth. It's your story if you have the daring to tell it. I'm Samarco Lightborn, reporting for Exuma's #1 radio station, The Blaze 98.3 FM.
Hey, I just reached. I got ask him now because they close in like 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Hi. I heard y'all added more things to pay, like government fees or something.
Yes, sir. We're now accepting payments for Department of Immigration, Department of Labor, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Okay, good. I come to pay a police record and a labor certificate.
Okay, no problem. What's the name?
Uncle Boogaloo.
What's the first name?
Uncle.
And the
Boogaloo. You in the system.
Are you paying by cash, sir?
Coins.
Pardon?
Oh, and you could put a couple of them coins on my BPL bill. They just cut me off last night. I don't know what happened. Hey, Uncle, you straight. Yeah, don't forget my whole fish now.
Pay your government fees today at Cash and Go.
Welcome back to your local newscast. I'm Samarco Lightborn. Thank you for joining us. Here's the latest on the COVID-19 front. The Bahamas Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 22 COVID-19 cases on Monday. 15 cases were reported in New Providence, 3 in Grand Bahama, 1 in Eleuthera, 1 in Exuma, 1 in Andros, and 1 in Long Island. The overall total stands at 32,972 cases. There were 119 recoveries reported for the day. Total recoveries are 25,559. There are 766 deaths on record. There are 42 hospitalized cases, 3 patients are being treated in the intensive care unit, and the remaining 38 cases are considered moderately ill. And now, providing you with a glimpse beyond your patio, here's our Gigi Presenti with your local weather forecast.
Good evening. Here's a look at your local weather forecast for Wednesday, February 16, 2022, as issued by the Bahamas Department of Meteorology. General situation. A weakening frontal boundary draped across the central Bahamas will gradually dissipate as a robust high-pressure system to our north continues to produce brisk winds and hazardous marine conditions across the area through tonight. Special warnings. Small craft operators should remain in port and beachgoers should abstain from entering the waters due to high seas, rough surfs, and dangerous rip currents. For all areas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy, a bit warm and windy with passing showers mainly across portions of the northwest and central Bahamas, turning mild tonight. Small craft operators should remain in port. Winds easterly at 20 to 25 knots but gusty at times, seas 4 to 6 feet near shore, buildings 7 to 10 feet but higher in gusts in offshore waters. Today's daytime high temperature was 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. Overnight low, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Sunrise at 6:42 a.m. on Thursday. Moon sets at 7:31 a.m. on Thursday. We're currently experiencing high tide, low tide 1:56 a.m. on Thursday, high tide 8:11 a.m. on Thursday. For your weather outlook, high pressure will remain as the dominant weather feature with current conditions persisting into Thursday. I am Gigi Presenti, and this has been a look at your local weather forecast.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Samarco Lightbourne, reporting for the Blaze 98.3 FM. We invite you to join us for our morning broadcast with Westrel and Ferguson, Monday through Fridays at 8 a.m. Good evening, Bahamas, and stay safe.